rise to the opening ceremony. Audience attention. Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Color guard, present the colors. Scout salute. Would you please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Will you please join me in saying the Scout Oath of Law?
On my honor, I will do my best to keep my duty, God and my country, to obey Scout law, to help the people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally brave, and morally straight.
The Scout
As trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Two. Color guard, please post the colors. Color guard on colors. Two. Color guard reform ranks. Color guard reform ranks. Everyone please be seated. Mary, will point please come up here.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming today to join us for this very special event in honor of Ben and his Eagle ceremony. Before we begin, though, I would like to take a moment of silence. Recently, I heard of the passing of a scout mother who passed away unexpectedly, Robin Tellen. She was a part of this troop years ago, but she was one of the foundations of, she's one of the foundations, one of the pillars that really kept this troop alive. And she was a wonderful mother to an Eagle Scout. And I know she'll be missed, so we take a moment of silence for her. Thank you so much. She really was a lot, and without parents like Robin, programs like this couldn't go on. Without parents sometimes cracking the whip behind the scenes, things wouldn't happen. So I thank her for her service. I thank all of the parents for their service. So with that, we begin. So thank you so much again for coming today. Today is about young Scout and his journey to Eagle Scout. And I'm so proud of him for being able to accomplish what he has with all the adversities and challenges he's had throughout his career. So with that, we'll begin with the lighting of the candles.
Will Cameron and the other two scouts please join us on stage for the lighting of the candles? Please, scouts.
The first rank of Scout is earned by demonstrating a basic knowledge of Scouting ideals and symbolism, along with several commonly used nods. Many new Scouts have transitioned from the Cub Scout program, and instead of being the biggest, most able-bodied Cub Scout, now they're the smallest Boy Scout in the troop, attending meetings with boys who in some cases have facial hair and even drive themselves to the meetings. Tenderfoot, the second rank, recognizes new skills in Scoutscraft, physical fitness, citizenship, personal growth, and Scoutscraft. To earn the Tenderfoot rank, Ben spent a night in a tent to help pitch, began learning first aid, assisted in preparing a camp meal, and learned to use and care for camp tools like a knife, saw, and axe. Ben attended his first summer camp at Fire Mountain while working on his Tenderfoot badge, spending spending an entire week away from his family, taking in all aspects of what it meant to be a scout.
During the second class ring, Ben spent time learning more Scoutcraft skills, spending more nights outdoors, building campfires, planning and cooking camp meals, using a compass and map, identifying wild animals and plants, and developing swimming and water rescue skills. He performed community service and began learning about things like earning and saving money. Requirements for the first class rank include continuing to build on Scoutcraft skills learned for the second class rank, plus learning about weather, the use of a GPS unit, canoeing or kayaking, more advanced first aid and rescue techniques, and civic concerns like constitutional rights and obligations. Lord Baden Powell, the founder of Boy Scouts, always envisioned Scouts attaining their first class rank, because he said if you can earn first class, you've learned all the skills you need to be a Scout. One of Ben's fondest moments of scouting will no doubt be the Winchester Raceway outing, making memories canoeing with the troop for 2 days where he put some of those learned skills to use.
Star Scout, the third highest rank, was awarded to Ben after he served in a leadership position for at least 4 months, performed at least 6 hours of community service, and earned 6 merit badges. Scouts also learned the EDGE method, and like the boys before them, began their transition from the student to the teacher, helping younger scouts through the scouting program like those older scouts did for him. Life Scout is awarded when you have served in a leadership position for 6 months and performed at least 6 hours of community service. You must also earn 5 more merit badges. By this point, Ben has spent many hours volunteering throughout the community, camping in some of the most beautiful and challenging of places, completed National Youth Leadership Training, and earned 11 merit badges. So before we begin awarding him that, I'll share a video with you about Ben's journey through scouting to get to the end. So, thank you so much for watching that. Brings back a lot of memories. Over the years, I don't know how many miles we've covered, how many tears I had to wipe sometimes, and help boys pick boys back up off their low points. I've seen them at their lowest points. I've seen them at their highest points when they've accomplished something that they couldn't have, or they thought they couldn't have. I watched them. You've seen growing up from here to past me now. It's been an amazing journey, and I thank you for spending that time with me. Before I begin, though, what I wanted to do was all the leaders in Scouting, if I could, and parents too, because you guys have helped along the way. So if I can all have you stand, parents and leaders in Scouting. I want to say thank you and give you guys a round of applause, because without you, so with that now, Ben, would you please join me on the stage? To get to Eagle Scout, it was quite a journey. We've covered, that part. But to actually attain Eagle Scout, you had to earn a minimum of 21 merit badges. Ben actually earned 31 merit badges. You had to serve in a leadership position for at least 6 months. He did that. He had to complete a service project, and that's in the back. He did that. And if you ask him, that's quite a bit of time that he put into that. But, add on to that, you're in high school, and you have high school, school period, and, throwing girls and all this, right? Gets a little confusing, a little bit harder to accomplish that. One of the things these scouts also had to deal with was, you saw in the pictures, COVID. COVID was a challenging time. It really was. Having meetings, staying motivated, keeping on task to complete the program. And the other thing that Ben had was, they moved half an hour away, which to me that would be like almost the nail in the coffin for not finishing the program. But yet Ben stuck to the program and he completed it. And I'm so proud of him being able to cross that finish line, especially when the parents are. But, and I'm very proud of what he has done. With that being said, I would like Mr. Kirsten to come up and lead the Eagle Charge for our young Eagle.
So part of the Eagle Charge is conveying the oath and the law that they repeat at every meeting, every time we get together. They repeated it, the scouts repeated it this morning, or earlier in the sermon. So part of that is honor. Part of what that represents is living honorably and reflecting the credit that you convey back to the community, back to the home, back to the school. Part of that is loyalty, being loyal to your family, to your friends, to the scout program, and to the nation itself. Courage, standing up for what is right, doing the right thing every time. And service is a big part of it. Helping those who helped you on the journey. So that goes back to 20 years from now, you're helping your parents, you're helping your family, you're helping other scouts that you know. Keep that in mind. So can I have Eagle Scouts rise? Those of you who are Eagle Scouts, please rise. So this is the Eagle Scout charge. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts and hands to the common good of the community. Build America on sound foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others do, you do better. So that you can find a record that you and your family and your scouts will be proud of. So thank you, Eagle Scouts, and keep that in mind. Do better than others.
So, may I ask the parents to come over here? So by the powers vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I award Ben the rank of Eagle Scout. Mom, may you pin that on him, please? While she's doing that, Ben also earned 2 palms. The palms are above and beyond Eagle Scout. Like I said, the requirement is 21. Their badges, he actually earned 31. So, here's these as well. Nick, may I ask you to put on the scarf and handkerchief and the slide on your neck. We also have a couple more pins we'd like to hand out. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. So, Sue, may I ask you to come up, please? This is your parent pin. Lynn, may I ask you to come up? Okay, we have one more pin. This is for Mike, but he's going to bring it to you. welcome with me our newest Eagle Scouts. That's the new thing to do, I guess. So, guys, can you turn around and show us kind of, these are some of the things that he's learned and things that he's accomplished in scouting, aside from all of the 31 merit badges that he's done. What was your hardest merit badge?
I have to say,
Biking.
doing that 50-miler just hurt.
How many attempts did you make at the 50 miler? It was quite a few. Some of them weren't his fault. My nephew injured himself on one of them. Had to go to the ER. He survived. So, with that being said, I would like to present to you a water bottle. Most of you may not know this, but we've been on some hikes where one of the most important things in scouting to have on you is what? What does he show up with? Two cans of Monster. And it was just like, really? We're going on like this 10-mile hike and you show up with Monsters? So.
It's not a refillable Monster.
You don't want to put Monster in that thing. That is for water. So. Yes, he has done quite a bit along this journey. I think it's very amazing. So, with that being said, before we begin, I would like to ask Mr. Kirsten to come up and say some words about Ben and his journey.
So there's a Chinese saying, which I'm sure many have heard, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And I didn't see you when you were smaller in Cub Scouts. I only, met you when you were kind of my height, and that was like years. But talking about a journey of 1,000 miles takes a single step. I've seen this guy, the past few years, helping him through some of those final matches. There's one hike in particular that I remember that conveys this is perseverance. This guy has persevered in the past couple of years to get things done. I know it's been a challenge at times, but he's persevered through it. I think that should be one of the things that's part of the Scout law is perseverance. I think that's very key to the scouting experience. On the hike, we were about halfway through it. Again, I don't know if you had a water bottle on you or not. I don't think you did. So halfway through the hike, he was just getting worn out. As scouts, we're prepared. We did have extra water. We did have some extra nourishment. He wanted to, I'm done, I just can't make it any further. And it was uphill from there. But again, perseverance. The other scouts worked with him, talked to him a little bit, and got him up that day. And that's what scouts can be sometimes. It can be a challenge. It can be uphill at certain points. But to get to this point as an Eagle Scout, you have to face those challenges. You have to persevere. You have to push through. And I hope from what you've learned through scouting that over time, you will continue to do that. You will understand when you get to that point where you feel like giving up, you just don't. You keep going. You gotta keep going. With the challenges in the world today, we're seeing a lot of new stuff right now going on. Don't quit. Persevere. Keep pushing. Have whatever you envision yourself to be 10 years from now. Don't quit. Keep pushing on that. But congratulations.
Do we have more that would like to say a couple for this young Eagle Scout. Yes, come on up, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Callan Jones. I guess the best thank you all for coming together to celebrate Ben and his incredible accomplishments. Today we honor him not only for earning the rank of Eagle Scout, but also for his high school graduation, 2 milestones that represent years of hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and growth. Although I might not be related to Ben through blood, I've had the privilege of getting to know him over the past few years as he came over weekly to work on schoolwork with my wife and hang out, with his aunt. And I play video games, made us laugh, and I've come to admire the young man he should become. Even if he does consistently drum trees on our bases, that would be in the Army, we live by 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. These values are more than just words, they're principles that shape how we approach life, lead others, and serve our communities. As I look at Ben, I see these values reflected in his actions. Ben is deeply loyal and loving. His friends, family, teams, fellow scouts mean the world to him. And if something's important, Ben promised to be there. You can count on him for that. He's like his dad, and from what I hear, his grandpa Ben in that way. Ben was committed to building this play structure outside for his Eagle Scout project. He has no experience building anything, as far as I know, which is why he picked that, I'm sure. I can say that Ben has always been willing to learn and try new things, especially when it comes to helping others. And he does eventually always follow through. So when he committed to this project, we knew he would complete it, even if it was just in the nick of time. When his aunt agreed to tutor Ben in his high school work, honestly, we expected 1 minute's work and 10 minutes goofing off. To my shock, though, this kid worked. He'd sit down, write entire papers, finish math assignments, do projects, then forget to turn them in. But he did the work, and he set out to do it. He showed up when he said he would, and we quickly started looking forward to the company that we spent with him every Monday before Scout meetings. Today, as Ben becomes officially an Eagle Scout, he joins a tradition of excellence that demands honor in every step. Ben, you've earned this distinction through your hard work and dedication, and though I may not be a Scout, I do know you are now a part of a larger community that holds itself to a higher standard, to honor those that came before them and those yet to come. Being a veteran, someone who holds these values close to my heart, it fills me with pride to see you live them out in your own way. Your achievements today are a reflection of your hard work and the values you've embraced, not just in scouting, but in life. It takes strength and determination to earn the rank of Eagle Scout, and it takes resilience and balance that with the demands of high school. You've done both, and you've done so with a whole lot of determination. Ben, I want you to know how proud we all are of you, not just for what you've accomplished, but for the person you've become. As you move forward in life, I know these values will continue to guide you. You have an incredible future ahead of you, and I have no doubt that you'll achieve great things. Inspire others, and make a difference in the world. Congratulations, Ben, on becoming an Eagle Scout and a high school graduate. You've earned this moment, and congratulations.
Great speech.
Yes. Does anyone else want to say a few words about Ben? Scouts? Anybody? Yes. Here he comes. No, Ben.
I, like the other people, I did not have a speech ready, but I've known Ben for just over 7 years now. Him and I came in, he came in just about a couple months earlier than I did, and he and I, like, we clicked immediately. We were best buds, we were inseparable for the longest time. We had a little bit of hard stuff, and definitely we've seen each other through moments in our life, and some of the greatest. I'm honored today to be here to, see him become an Eagle Scout, and within a month, he'll see the same from me. Him and I have gone through and I've seen him do some things that definitely, not the most scout-like, but we'll keep those out of the site here. He's definitely one of the hardest and goof-off workers that I know, but he's helped me through some things. I've helped him through, and I'm just proud of him to see that he's out there to give up.
Any other stories? Oh, yes, Mr. Anderson.
You're not gonna have an open mic without me saying a word.
No. So, Mr. Anderson was actually the first Scoutmaster of this troop back in 1980, 1990.
1990.
Still.
Ben, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I didn't get to work with you as much as I would like, just because of my schedule with all the other things that I do in life. But I wanted you to know that, well, this is kind of a sad moment for me, being the first Scoutmaster and maybe the last event that we have, that you have a huge legacy that you are part of. It all started with 4 young men that decided to break away from another troop and join 61. We were actually first meeting over in Presbyterian Church, over on 228th and 44th. And then the next year we got this great group of Cubs, Pack 77, that came in. Now, sadly, none of those 4 young men actually got their Eagle. The first Eagle Scout came from that pack group, was James Whaley. And I don't know the exact number, but it is well into the 30s, maybe even hit the 40s here, of Eagle Scouts that this troop has had over the last 34 years. And I want to say congratulations. You are part of a very unique group. And I know that you are going to, based on those young men that preceded you, that you're going to do great things in life. And thank you for all the things that you've done.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. So, there was a video up there where they sunk the canoe. A little backstory about that. We started that morning, the very first morning of that canoe trip, and him and my nephew Chance, who's a big native kid, you saw in the pictures. Those two were in a canoe, and we went out that morning, and what's the first thing they did out in the middle of the lake? They sunk, right? And I was just thinking, man, they should practice some emergency. Oh, there they go. So they went swimming at like 9 in the morning. So it was quite interesting. You know, one of the things as a parent sometimes, and as a leader, you have to kind of just grit your teeth and let it evolve. And they learned it. But they learned how to ride their boats and get back in their boats. And it was quite amazing to see it happen and to watch them do it while having fun. Because when I sank the canoe, it was in March, and it was not fun. So summertime is not bad. So, but in the snow calming in the river up there in March, it's not as fun. So, but I want to thank you for everything, and I'm going to give you the helm. You can say a couple words.
Hello, everyone. It's pretty cool to be standing up here today as the new Eagle Scout. This whole whole scouting journey has been a wild ride. It's had some ups, had some downs, but I worked through it. I've learned so much from scouting. I've learned how to be a leader, work with a team, give back to my community. I've camped under stars, rain, wind, hiked through forests, and even learned some survival skills. My Eagle project was rebuilding the stairs and climbing wall in the playground behind the church. It was a lot of work, and I learned after to always measure twice. and cut once. But it was totally worth it. It felt rewarding to give back to the church. I am so excited to see what comes next with me. I'm going to keep using what I've learned to make a positive impact on school. I want to say a big thank you to all my friends and family and my scout leaders, especially Mr. and Mrs. LaPointe. They have supported me and pushed me to do my best. With that, Mr. and Mrs. LaPointe, can you please come up to the stage? I would like to show my appreciation for giving you guys my mentor.
That young boy, I can tell you guys stories all out there about that. Like this one time he hiked a wood stove and a bunch of wood on Zawa Ridge where we went camping in the middle of, out by Mount Rainier, and when I didn't know that he did that. He brought all this extra stuff, and you can't have a fire up there because we're on, 26 feet of snow, and then the fire would just go. So, unfortunately, when I went over and saw him, I said, you can't have that fire, and they had to hike it all back out. So, I can tell you stories like that all day long, but I won't keep us that long. So, with that, I want to thank you all for coming today. And before we retire the colors, I would like to just share a little bit of my culture with you. I want to share rather than a benediction, I want to share a song with you, a prayer song. And after the song, then we will have the retirement of the colors. So the translation for the song, though, is, Grandfather, please give us strength. Because I want to walk with my family, be with my family, please give us strength. So that's basically the translation of the Lakota song. It's a song that's hundreds and hundreds of years old. So with that, if I could have you please rise, and we'll stay rise until we finish the colors too. Oh God! Oh, take off the colors.
Actually, I'd like to take this time to the Eagle Scout Pledge.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Let's do that, no, I'm sorry.
Scouts present, please come up to the stage, please. The Eagle Scout candidate will now take the Eagle Scout Pledge. As the candidate takes this pledge for the first time, the Eagle Scouts who are present, please reaffirm the pledge. Will each of you please take a Scout's hand and repeat after me in unison? On my honor, I will do my best.
On my honor, I will do my best.
To do my duty to my country.
To do my duty to my country.
I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
You may be seated.
Color guard attention, audience attention. Color guard board march. Color guard, charge the colors. About, face, color guard, return to ranks. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here this afternoon. We will invite you to join us in the fellowship hall for refreshments, and have a great evening.
Please.